Hello everyone, Baccarat James here for the Baccarat 1-2 knockout system, and I have to tell you this is my best system so far, and it's absolutely free. So come and join me, watch as you go along and learn. If you have any questions, put it in the description below. And I'll also be playing live stream. I'm going to casinos and seeing if they'll let me play live stream, then I'll do that. So please pay attention because we could possibly make a lot of money. I'm looking for partners that want to come in with me and play live all the time. Hey, you're more than welcome to get a hold of me in the description below, baccaratbeast@gmail.com. But remember, this is not financial or gambling advice. Let's get into it and let's learn. Okay, here we go. So we're on episode 12 now, and we're going to get going. Now, let's take a look at the tracking sheet. I'll show it at the beginning and the end of the episode. All right. And I'll tell you guys which bets to make as we go along. All right. So we have a 1 and a 1. That's where we left off. Our highest plateau is 25. Now, you might be wondering why it was over 100. Now it's 25. Well, the first 100 was fictitious. We didn't win anything. We had to start at something. But we're up 25 units. We are down 239 units in the juice, which means divide that by 20. So we're down around 12 units there. All right. And our next bet is 1. And there's your tracking sheet now. And I'll show you the tracking sheet when we get to the end. So let's hop right into shoot for virtual bet 12. And remember, give the B&B simulator guys a thumbs up because they produce the stuff for free, just like me. All right, so our first bet is going to be at the bank, on the bank. And remember to mark it up. You should have a 1 and a 1 on your tracking sheet. Whoa, we snaked that one out. Bet bank again. One more on the juice. You should be showing a 1 on your tracking sheet. One more on the juice. Add that up. It wins again. Your tracking sheet should be cleared now. 2 on the juice. And we bet the bank again. Keep on going with that bank until it crashes and burns. And this will be a lot faster because I'm not showing you the tracking sheet every time. It's clear right now. I'll show it at the end. That one wins. One more on the juice. And we got to remember now our highest plateau, guys. Our highest plateau. We stopped that. Our highest plateau just went to 26. All right. Because we eliminated the first 2 entries on the tracking sheet. So that's at 26. Win, win, win. Okay. So anything that wins now goes on the highest plateau goes up. All right. That wins. All right. Mark that up. Another juice. 4 on the juice now. And the tracking sheet goes up to 27. The highest plateau, I should say. 27. All right, and we are going to run into some turbulence. We always do, and I don't look ahead anymore because, I don't want to manufacture the numbers because everything here you see is on the up and up. So, yeah, we just follow it along, and then we do our same patterns. We win again there. Wow, that's 5 more on the juice. That's up to 244, and the highest plateau is up to 28. Can it win another? No. All right, so you have 1 on your tracking sheet. A -1, and we would be betting the player here, right? Bet the player, that wins, so that negates the entry on your tracking sheet. Your tracking sheet is clear, and we just wait for a come back to bank or run past six banks, then we get back in. And that's the only vertical bets we make. Okay, once it gets to its highest point, it has to come back for the vertical bets. So here we're betting bank again. And remember the juice, guys. We're not cheating the juice if we can win. And it does. So the juice is added 1 more, right? And our highest plateau just went up to 29. And we're waiting. And we're waiting. Yeah, we're up 29 units now and just crawling along. So because of the juice, though, remember that will take us down. The juice should be up to 245 now. 245. Wait for it to come back to player, and it does. So we bet the player. 1 unit on the player, no juice, of course. And we're just humming along. Okay, that loses, so we'll have a 1 on our tracking sheet, and we bet the chop. We bet the player here. I'm telling you guys, every bet to make. And that's just my patterns. It's more the money management, right? So you can pick your patterns when to go, stop and go. I do the first line usually only. We lose there, so there's another entry on your tracking sheet. And by doing the episodes this way, it's much, much faster. All right. 1 unit on the player, guys. 1 unit on the player. Excuse me. Oh, there's an ad. I'll pause. All right. I had to move my head up to the top because it wouldn't let me skip the video and skip the advertisement, because the skip for advertisements down at the bottom where my head was, so I couldn't skip it. So, all right. So 1 unit on the player. Where are we here? We have two. We have 2 on a tracking sheet, right? And we're betting 1 unit on the player here. Same as last. Now, if it chops, then we'll go to a double chop, or a double run, I should say. So it ran. That's a solid. So mark that down. Take 1 off your tracking sheet. Your tracking sheet should just be showing a 1. So we wait for it to come back to bank, and it does. We bet 1 more unit on the bank. 1 more unit on the bank. And like I said, at the end, I'll be showing you the real tracking sheet. Okay, so your tracking sheet should have 2 -1s on it. And we go 1 more time on the player. 1 unit on the player. Looking good. That wins. Take 1 off your tracking sheet. Your tracking sheet should show only 1 again. And yeah, a lot of times we don't make any headway. That's fine. We're not losing money. We're sitting here enjoying our coffee at the casino. Hopefully we can get a non-smoking table, and perhaps we can. Okay, so 1 unit on the bank. Don't forget, if it wins, we'll juice it up. Yeah, I had to move my picture up because it was blocking stuff. It wins. So the tracking sheet is back down to nothing, and we're up to 7 units on our juice. Just wait for it to come back to player, then we bet the player. Easy peasy. We give it 2 times on the solids, right? The solid, when I say solid, it's a run. Stripe, first row, chop. Okay, we give it 2 tries on that solid run because of the gap in column 21, and then the gap in solid column 15, right? Followed by the run. So we give it 2 tries. Just give it 2 tries. If there's a run at the beginning, right, followed by a chop, followed by a run, then we give it 2 times. Okay, we lose 1 there. We got -1 on our tracking sheet. And we bet the bank. Give that 1 go. And that loses. So we got -2 on our tracking sheet, -1 and -1. We switch now. Okay, after 2. That's a 1-2 knockout to bank. Now, if it wins, it wins. We have no idea. But if it wins, we take 1 off the tracking sheet, and we add 1 to the juice. If it's a bank this time, I'm saying. And it's not. So you should have 3 marks on your tracking sheet, -1, -1, -1. Now when it comes back to bank, we'll bet the bank 1 unit. And don't forget, when you get to a net 10, to get the heck out of the shoot, take a break, take a half hour. Now, does it matter mathematically? No, because any bet, it could switch at any time. Okay, so we win there, take 1 off, right? Our next bet will be 2 units on the player when it comes back, and the juice goes up 1 more, right? Our next bet will be 2 units when it comes back to player, unless it runs for 7 banks, then we get back in. There's the player. 2 units, guys. 2 units on the player, and your tracking sheet should show a 1-1. Now I can skip this ad. Unfortunately, before it wouldn't let me skip because my head was down there. We'll skip it. 2 units on the player there. We'll just let those run. I won't edit those out. And it wins. Our tracking sheet's down to nothing. Very good, very good. Now, it goes back to bank. If we could win, then our highest plateau goes up 1, right? Goes back to bank right away. We bet the bank, all right? Now, your patterns can be whatever you want. Your money management can be whatever you want, but this seems to be working, so we'll stick with it. That loses, so we have a -1 on our tracking sheet. We couldn't get our highest plateau going over. Now, this will be a chop on the bank. Why a chop on the bank? Because there is no singleton gap here, right? So we follow the flow. There's no gaps. It was a run of 3 solids. Before that, 2 stripes. Before that, 2 solids, right? So there was a one gap, right? We follow the chop, and we would have bet the bank there. We win. We take that off the tracking sheet, add one to the juice, right? Now we continue on with 1 unit on the player, and if that happens, we go up. Yeah, some of you guys might be confused because I can't explain the gaps properly. It's not rocket science, but that's why it's the 1-2 knockout. Either you stay for 1 or stay for 2. We lose there. -1 on your tracking sheet. Can't seem to get it that highest plateau up, but hey, it's up from when we started, right? 1 unit on the player. Now, if it chops, then we would have lost 2 solids, and then we'll go to the chop. So it wins on the player, right? That's good. We come back to bank. We bet the bank. Now, we usually bet only row 1, okay, unless we do the vertical run 1 time. And whatever gets up to, if it goes past that, then we keep on vertical with the vertical run. All right, 1 unit on the bank, and your slate should be cleared. And we carry on. That loses, -1 on your slate, -1 on your tracking sheet, and we stay with the bank because it has not been established by a single gap. Okay, there it's been established. Your run has been established, so we can give it at least 2 times now. We lose there, another -1 on your tracking sheet. Wait for it to come back to bank. Now we bet the bank. 1 unit on the bank, and we give that 2 times each time. 7, that wins. So we take 1 off our tracking sheet. It should only show the -1. Add 1 to the juice. So our juice is up to 249 now. All right, comes back. We only have a -1 on our tracking sheet, so we're not trying to get greedy. We only bet the 1. Try to get even, guys, here. Do not go up, because this is how you're going to lose, right? 1 unit, 1 unit. Now we bet the bank again. We give it 2 tries, right? Because of that gap in column 47, that established it. We lose there. So -1, -1, -1. Go with the chop now. The 2 knockout. Go with the chop. The bank, we lose. That's 4 in a row. That's fine. Don't panic. Do not panic with the system. I've lost 10 in a row many times. And usually you lose 10, get the heck out. A net 10, okay? Like I say, take a half-hour break, an hour break. I usually take at least an hour break. If I come back and I lose another one, the heck with it for the day. Now, people like the Wizard of Odds will say it doesn't matter. It's one long-running game, but it gives yourself a peace of mind. We lose there again. That's what, 5 in a row. Big whoop. We go to the chop now. Go to the chop for 2 times. We lose there. That's 6 in a row. And you wonder, how can this system work like this? How can it win? Stop your whining and just pay attention, okay? We go for the chop again. 1 on the player. And we'll get into it. We're going to start to get it back eventually. Either that or we're going to crash and burn. So that wins. Circle it. Next bet is a 2 unit bet on the bank. We just go with it. We don't go, okay, there's been so many gaps, so many this and that. Okay, 2 units, -2 there. So your tracking sheet looks like crap. -1, -1, -1, -1, -1, -2. We go back down to 1 unit bet there. 1 unit bet. So 1 unit on the player. That wins. Now 1 unit. We go up to 2 units. Add that to the juice, guys. 2 unit bet on the bank. 2 unit bet on... No, that was a player win. We don't add nothing to the juice. We just took 1 off. 2 unit bet on the bank here. 2 units on the bank. That loses. That's another -2. Wow. So we go back down to one unit. And you're going to get this a lot. Win the 1, lose the 2. Win the 1, lose the 2. So be it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're at a net -6. A net 6 bet. We lose another 4. We're out the door. But I'll keep going just to show you, okay, because there could be a lot of damage. 1 unit on the chop. That means 1 unit on the player wins again. All right. See if we can get the streak going. 2 units on the bank here. 2 units on the bank. And that wins. Okay, on your tracking sheet, you take one of those 2s, you knock it down to 1, okay? Now pay attention. -1, right? And you take one off of the one at the end, okay? Or you could have just knocked off the 2. So your tracking sheet should show 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, okay? 1, 1, 1, 3 ones, and a 2, all minus. All right, so we win the 2-unit bet there, right? So we go up to 3 units. We're betting 3 units on the player. All right. I'll just go over and show you what your tracking sheet is, just so that we're up to date. I don't want you guys to get too confused here. What it should be showing, 1, 1, 1. Okay. It won the 2-unit bet. 1, 1, 1, 2. Won the 2-unit bet. So your next bet will be 3. Next bet will be 3. So I just paused to show you guys what it should be looking like now. If I made a little mistake, I made a little mistake, so be it. The juice is actually up. That was 2 units, so we got to add that. 239, 249, 251, 2 units. 3 units on the player here, guys. 3 units on the player. All right. And if we can get that, we can knock a lot off the tracking sheet, but if it doesn't go to player, well then, so be it. 3, 1, 3, nothing. That wins. 3 units, okay? 3 units. So what does that do to your tracking sheet? You knock off the 2, and you knock off the 1, and you should be showing a 1 and a 1 on your tracking sheet. So we've got 2 units now. Just try to get back to even first, right? 2 units on the bank. Just try to get back to even first, guys. That's going to tie. Wow, I was going to say that's a loser. 2 units on the bank. And, oh, natural. Add that to the juice, guys. 2 units, and our slate is cleared. Our tracking sheet is cleared. 1 unit now on the player. 1 unit on the player, and that squeaks it out. So what does that do? Our highest plateau is now up to 30. We're up 30. All right? Bet the bank. Bet the bank here. Yeah, you can get on some nice streaks and get it all back in 5 hands, right? That's what I do, right? Now, who cares about the juice? We win there, all right? Juice, add 1 more. That's 15 more on the juice, and our highest plateau is 31. We bet the player and we lose. We have a 1 on the tracking sheet, so be it. -1 on the tracking sheet. All right, we come back. 1 unit on the bank. 1 unit on the bank. And why am I showing you this? To get interest in the channel, to show you that you can win money. We lose there. Another 1 on your tracking sheet. Right? To show you that you can. I'm winning almost every day, and I'm not bragging. I'm not winning a lot because I'm just treading water here, just trying to see, not lose my ass. Not win a lot, but try to get consistent wins. You got to get in there, right? So your tracking sheet should show -1 only, and you add 1 to the juice. And the next bet will be a 1 unit on the player, and that ends the shoe. So let's go take a look. Mark up our tracking sheet. That goes back. Stop. We don't want to play it again. Take a look here. Our tracking sheet only has a 1 on it. The next bet will be 1. And we followed along. We were charged 10, 15, 16 in the juice. So what's that? 239 plus 16, 255 on the juice. Okay. Oops. Everything's on the up and up as far as I can do it here, guys. Our highest plateau, we went 6 units there, guys. 31. Not too shabby, I must say. Up to 31 units. Not bad. After 12 shoes, minus the juice, we take the juice and divide it by 20. That gives us the number of units we would have lost had we done the commission, right? And of course, you should play either the commission or the 7. 3-card 7 doesn't pay. I would stay away from the 6 is a half type thing because it comes up too often, and it's actually like almost a 1% difference worse. But that's up to you, right? I know at the Venetian they have a lot of those games, and I don't particularly like them. The limits are too high anyway, but we'll see if they'll let me come in at a quarter, because I'm not going to risk 40 grand doing this. And that's what you would need to if you're doing $100 bets, right? So at $25, I can do $10,000. And yeah, I would lose sleep over it, but because I'm really not that big of a bettor. I'm more of a systems analyst type guy, but hey, I want to get these bets up, and that's what I'm trying to do. So that about does it for this episode, guys, and I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to come back in with another one, and we'll do 13. I'll probably be wearing the same clothes because I can knock 3 or 4 of these out every hour. So anyway, if you want to get a hold of me, the description, baccaratbeast@gmail.com is in the description below, and feel free to comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks again for watching, and give me a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell. Appreciate it. Baccarat Beast over. Oh, I'm not Baccarat Beast anymore, am I? Baccarat James. Don't even know who I am. That's what happens when you get old and retired, right? Baccarat James over and out. See you in the next one. Thanks a lot, guys.